let's move on to the further progress. Go into the fifth position, Pancha, of Surya Namaskar, which is urdhva mukha svanasana, commonly called upward facing dog. And let me just show you first. So we're coming from Chaturanga, which we've already looked at, go slightly forward, come down. And then I'm going to slide back slightly and roll over my foot and straighten my arms. And then follow my eyes up into urdhva dhanurasana. Okay, so again, Chaturanga, back, inhale. And I just want you to be aware of what happened to my neck and shoulders. It didn't move. There was no movement in this area. This stayed stable. The only movement that happened was that my arms straightened. So they basically came straight from the shoulder, and my arms straightened and gave me the lift. My feet were on the floor. So, which I'll talk about in a moment, what to do with the legs. It's we don't want to create too much tightness in the legs, otherwise we'll engage. If we engage too much quadricep muscle, we'll hurt our backs. So first, let's go back to the arms. So if I do it from the knees, you'll maybe get a better idea. And you can try this as well from the knees. You just hands are down, and all I'm going to do is straighten my arms and notice my shoulders do not move. I lift to there. Very simple. Just the arms. Basically, the elbow is pushing forward to create the straightness, and I'm pivoting from this joint. So it's only the movement of the arm that's going to create the lift. I'm not trying to lift the whole body. I'm not trying to do this, because then I'd lock the neck again, which is a common mistake. The other thing that's a problem, as I just mentioned, with the dominance of the muscles. If you over-dominate muscles in the legs, there has to be a reaction somewhere else in the body. We've talked about that. The body responds to the pressures applied to it. So if I engage quadriceps, then automatically the back will tighten, and then we have problems with our lower back. So the legs again are just reaching back. The feeling of reaching, and they're very softly touching the floor. And as I lift, the legs themselves will know exactly how much to activate. So again, even though I'm here, I'm very loose in the back. Whereas if I tighten the quadriceps, now I become very tight and stiff, and that's going to react to my back. So make sure you don't get too tight. There is a very slight inner rotation of the thighs. Again, just a slight inner rotation, and we're doing it from the top of our feet. So we're on the top of the feet, and we can just basically activate the baby toe a little bit more to create a slight inner rotation, which will then broaden the sitting bones and give space for the tailbone to go down. So the buttocks aren't overly tight. There may be some toning, but there's no tightness in the buttocks. And again, if there's tightness in the buttocks, it's contraction. The body will react and contract somewhere else, which is generally in the back. We want to control two areas in the lifting. Actually it's three, the three dantians. So we really want to be aware of this one, lower and middle dantian. If one is dominant, if the middle dantian goes too far forward, we compress the back. And if the lower one goes too far forward, we compress it even more. And the third dantian is to actually lead us. We follow with our eyes and come up. And so our movement is combining the three dantians. So I'm just going to ask Helen to come in. So I'm going to have her again just rest on the floor, relaxed. And first thing to do is hands back. I'm just going to get her to straighten her arms. I'm going to give her directions. I'm going to just support her shoulder and push her elbow forward. And hopefully the other one does the same. And there, better. But you can see how her shoulder's slightly forward. So let's try that again. First thing to do is she can roll the shoulders back to give this position, shoulder blades in, and then just press and straighten the arms. So she's again trying to push from up here, but this is better. This is better. So she's again pushing from middle dantian. Okay, so now I'm going to get it to do it from chaturanga. She's going to be, this is where the fun begins. So from chaturanga, she's here. Remember, she just learned chaturanga. I'm going to support her. She can lift here. First movement is to slide back and then press on the hands and come up. Better. Good. You can see the position of her feet. It's not good. So she didn't slide back enough. And so her feet, to maintain the spine, she couldn't straighten her feet. So she needed to slide back a little bit more. Okay, so we'll try that again. Lifting, sliding back. And so her feet aren't moving. Yeah, and now she's, to create the distance, she turned the feet out. Where ideally her feet should be straight. And now I'm going to just get her to do something else. Relax. Just come up and stay relaxed. Put the arms in the right position. And you can see the shoulder heads are just above the wrists or slightly ahead. If the hands come in front of the shoulders, it's going to go and damage the back straight away. So now I'm going to want her to do this, which is to relax. Just relax and touch the floor just gently, gently. And now just press down on the feet. Ah, better. So she's just using the feet to create the energy all the way to the shoulders, ultimately to the head. So it's, and again, now you can see she's soft in the legs. So there's no tightness in the legs, which is important. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, I see that as a common mistake. People are actually doing it from here, the toes, and they lift up. Well, this really doesn't, this breaks the connection, really breaks the connection through the leg to the shoulder. You need to be lengthening. So it's just the top of the feet, very gently, just touching, and very soft reaction to lift the thighs off the floor. Thank you. Hope this helps you in urdhva mukha svanasana, upward facing dog.